The heavy silence of the Connor living room was punctuated only by the rhythmic, mechanical thumping of the old dryer in the distance. Darlene sat hunched over the worn kitchen table, her phone still warm against her ear, looking as though she had just witnessed a slow-motion train wreck. She let out a long, shaky exhale that seemed to carry the weight of her entire financial history. "So, I just got off the phone with the bank," Darlene began, her voice flat with a mixture of disbelief and cynical exhaustion. "And apparently, I have officially gone past the point of simple overdrafting. They told me I have hit something they are going to call backdraft, which, in layman terms, means my bank account is currently on fire and there is no water in sight. I need money fast, Ben, or I am going to lose my car by the end of the week." Ben, standing by the counter and nursing a lukewarm cup of coffee, rubbed his tired eyes. He looked at the scattering of bills on the table and sighed. "I know it is rough, Darlene, truly, but until we sell some actual advertisements for the first issue, there is just zero money coming in. I am out there every single day busting my posterior, but it is just incredibly tough to get local businesses to commit their hard-earned cash to a magazine that technically does not exist yet." Darlene looked at him, her eyes searching for a flicker of certainty she knew was not there. "So what are you saying? You are saying this entire venture may not actually happen? That we are just playing house with a printing press?" "I do not know," Ben admitted, his voice softening with a heavy dose of reality. "I told you from the very beginning that new businesses are notoriously hard to get off the ground. We are in the trenches now." "Well, I do not know what I am going to do then," Darlene whispered, her fingers tracing the jagged edge of a past due notice. "I was barely getting by when I actually had a steady paycheck. I have not worked in months. I have maxed out every single one of my credit cards, including the one that came in Becky's name that she does not even know exists yet. I am going to have to get another job, Ben. But what am I qualified for? Other than writing, I am basically unemployable in a town that thinks a semicolon is a type of medical procedure." "Oh, come on," Ben countered, trying to inject a rare moment of positivity into the room. "You are going to be fine. You have lots of skills. Just do not make me name them right now, because I am tired and my brain is foggy." The heavy thud of a laundry basket hitting the floor announced Becky's arrival. She wiped a bead of sweat from her forehead and looked at the pile of dark clothes already in the machine. "Well, are the machines empty?" she asked. "Hey, it is great to get to see you when you come over to do laundry, Darlene. But is there a way I can enjoy your company that does not cost me water and electricity every Tuesday?" "I am not going to the laundromat, Becky," Darlene snapped, though there was no real heat in it. "Last time I went, I caught some weirdo in a trench coat smelling one of my bras. I do not care if he actually works there or not. It is not cool. It is a violation of basic hosiery rights." Becky sighed, leaning against the washing machine. "Hey, Harris works at Price Warehouse. She said they were looking for seasonal help. Maybe she could help get you a job there." Darlene winced as if she had been physically struck by the suggestion. Oh, God, has it come to that? Folding oversized flannels for the masses? All right, I guess I could ask her, but let us remember that she would not even let me work in her pretend bakery when she was 7 years old. She said I depressed the customers and made the plastic cupcakes look sad. A few minutes later, Harris walked through the front door, looking weary in her bright blue store vest. Darlene pounced before her daughter could even take off her name tag. "Hey, quick question. Is Price Warehouse hiring right now?" "Yeah," Harris replied, tossing her keys on the counter with a tired clatter. "Do you know someone who is looking for a job? I desperately need a carpool buddy to help split the astronomical cost of gas." "Yes, it is me," Darlene said, forcing a smile that did not quite reach her eyes. "Your mommy." Harris froze, her face falling into an expression of pure, unadulterated horror. Wait. I just remembered. I just got the digital newsletter. All the positions have been filled. It is crazy timing. Truly, like a miracle in reverse." "Harris, I would not ask if I did not really need this," Darlene said, her voice dropping the sarcasm for a rare moment of vulnerability. "I am going to lose my car, and then I am going to have to ride a tricycle to the unemployment office." Harris let out a long, dramatic sigh accompanied by a massive eye roll that probably required several muscle groups. "Okay, fine. I will refer you. But I am not going to lie to them, Mom. I will say you are my mother, and I kind of know you from around the house. That is it. No glowing reviews. The scene shifted that evening to the local tavern, where Dan Connor was squinting through the dim light at a man sitting at a corner booth with Jackie. "Hey, Beck," Dan whispered to his daughter behind the bar. "Who is the dude with Jackie? He looks like he belongs in a commercial for expensive sailboats." "She is dating him," Becky replied, polishing a glass with practiced efficiency. Dan stood up, adjusting his belt. "Okay, for once I am going to vet the guy before he leaves her as a shattered record on the floor. I have a duty to protect the Harris Connor lineage." He walked over to the table with his best protective brother-in-law face. "Hey, Jack, what is up?" "Not much," Jackie said, her social anxiety visibly flaring. "Good to see you, Dan. Your takeout order is right there on the counter. Do not let the fries get soggy." "Do not mind if I do," Dan said, extending a hand toward the stranger. Dan Connor, Jackie brother-in-law and occasional sanity coach. "Ron Dunchak," the man replied, shaking Dan's hand firmly with a smile that was perhaps a bit too bright. "I am sorry for interrupting your evening, but I love to meet new people. I find everyone has a story." "What is it you do for a living, Ron?" Dan asked, his protective instincts on high alert. "I am retired," Ron explained. "I had parsley farms. Made a great living on something people pick out of their food and set on the edge of the plate. It is the ultimate invisible industry." "What a coincidence," Dan chuckled, leaning against the booth. "I throw away your product every single time I see it. You have made a fortune off my waste." "Wow." He paused, his eyes landing on Ron's hand. "I cannot help admiring that wedding ring, Ron. What a beauty. Solid gold, I assume?" "Happily married 30 years," Ron said proudly, without a hint of shame. "And here she is now." Dan looked at Jackie, thoroughly confused. "I am sorry. Becky told me this was a date. Are you the chaperone?" "It is a date," Ron said simply. "Dan, this is my lovely wife, Janelle." "Hi, Dan," Janelle said, sliding into the booth with a warm, practiced smile. "You told me she was dating that guy." "Oh, she is," Becky said, her eyes twinkling with mischief. "And the girl, the guy and the girl. You getting this, old-timer? It is a package deal." Back at the booth, Ron and Janelle leaned in toward Jackie, their expressions becoming more intimate. "So, Jackie, we are all having a great time," Ron began. "And it just seems like things would naturally progress to the next level. And we were just wondering," Janelle added, "how many times do you usually go out with someone before, you decide to sleep with them?" "Oh, goodness," Jackie stammered, her face turning a shade of crimson that matched the neon sign in the window. I do not know. 30, 40 times. Maybe after a presidential election? What were you guys thinking?" "So we are there," Ron said with a perfectly straight face. "Okay," Jackie said, her brain spinning like a top. "How does this work? Do you go make a sandwich while we are doing it? And then when you two are doing it, do I go make a sandwich? Or am I the sandwich? Is there a schedule for the condiments?" Janelle thought all three of us should be together, Ron explained calmly. "Yeah, right," Jackie muttered. "Because when I Googled throuple during my lunch break, that seemed to be the industry standard. It avoids the sandwich confusion." "Yeah, I think it would make everybody the most comfortable," Janelle said. "I have never been with a woman before." "Jackie, have you?" "Just myself," Jackie replied, staring into her wine. "But that has not gone well lately. We have a lot of creative differences." The next morning, Darlene and Harris stood in the manager office at Price Warehouse. Darlene was wearing a bright blue vest that was at least 2 sizes too big, making her look like a child playing dress-up. Hey, Harris, what do you think?" Darlene asked, smoothing the polyester. "Like a mother-daughter beauty pageant. We wear these, huh? All we need are sashes and a complete lack of dignity." "You got the job, Darlene," the manager, Sheila, announced. "Congratulations. Welcome to the Price Warehouse family. So, Harris, who is going to be training our newest and oldest team member?" "Well," Harris began, her voice dripping with fake professional enthusiasm, "I was trying to decide who was going to train your mom. Then I thought, hey, what is more comfortable than being trained by your own child?" Sheila looked at Harris. Do you have any kids of your own, Harris?" "No, I do not," Harris replied quickly. Okay," the manager said, looking slightly confused. "Then this makes even more sense. Family dynamics and all that. Carry on." Once the manager left, Darlene turned to her daughter, her expression changing instantly. "I cannot believe they are making me do this. I brought you into this world, and now you are telling me when I can go to the bathroom." Oh, you think this is bad for you? Harris countered, leading her out to the sales floor. Try taking orders from the person who once took off her own diaper in a crowded terminal and made me chase her through the entire airport. This is karma, Mom. Suddenly, a small, whirring machine bumped into Darlene's ankle. Whoa, what was that? Is the building attacking me? That is Schneider, Harris explained, pointing to the round device. He is one of our automated associates who sweeps the floor and avoids human contact. Usually. Oh, well, I think he just hit me on purpose, Darlene grumbled. He sensed my lack of warehouse experience. It is a robot, Mom, Harris sighed. You are just so small. He probably thought you were something that fell off a shelf and needed to be recycled. Okay, let us get to work. I am now going to show you how we do the price warehouse fold. Listen carefully. So, arm, shoulder. Shoulder. Chop. Flip. Your turn. Darlene attempted the move with a heavy sweatshirt, ending up with a tangled ball of gray fabric. No, Harris said. No. No. That is a crime against textiles. Good God, Harris, Darlene groaned. Does it have to be exactly that way? It is a sweatshirt, not a surgical procedure. Yes, Harris insisted, her eyes narrowing. Sheila is going to be judging me on how well I train you. So make sure everything in this section is folded properly while I finish the inventory. Just follow the one I did. Perfection is the goal. Okay, Darlene muttered, grabbing another shirt. Arm, shoulder. Shoulder. Chop. Flip. Oh, yeah. Who is your mommy now? I am the queen of the cotton blends. A customer approached the table and started rummaging through the neat stack. Oh, I am sorry, the woman said, looking at a stack of medium shirts. I think maybe your size is on the bottom. It is on the bottom, Darlene said, her voice rising with each word. The bottom. The very bottom. It is on the damn bottom. No. Go home. Just go home and wear what you have. Harris rushed over, intercepting the horrified woman. I am so sorry, Mayam. I am a sales associate. How may I help you? My colleague is just experiencing a temporary malfunction. I am looking for an extra large, the customer said, looking rattled. Of course, Harris said sweetly. That is just right here. On the bottom. Somebody should have told you. Once the customer left, Harris turned on Darlene with a look of pure fury. You cannot tell the customers to go home, Mom. That is the opposite of retail. Not even the stupid ones. Darlene asked. It was a suggestion for her own well-being. You asked for this job, and what you do reflects on me. Harris shouted. So get it together and fold these. First 3 letters of associate are what, Mom? Use your brain. What did you say? Darlene asked, squinting. Well, nothing, Harris muttered, turning away. Nothing at all. That evening, Darlene collapsed on the couch at home, her back aching and her pride non-existent. How was your first day in the trenches? Dan asked, handing her a cold soda. I folded sweatshirts for 8 straight hours, and a robot pushed himself against me repeatedly, Darlene replied. It was a metaphor for my entire life. Did you report it? Dan asked. Because you will never win. Robots cover up for other robots. They have a secret union. The real problem is they made Harris my boss, Darlene groaned. She has the power of a minor deity and the temperament of a wasp. Ha ha ha. Dan laughed, the sound booming through the house. Oh my God, that is hilarious. They just made me a Price Warehouse customer for life. I'm going to go in tomorrow just to watch her boss you around. Ben walked into the room at that moment, and the entire family stopped and stared in unison. Hey, Dan said, his eyes widening. What the hell happened to your face? Did you lose a bet with a lawnmower? What do you mean, what happened? Ben asked, touching his smooth, pale chin. I shaved. I am a new man. Without asking me, Darlene asked, genuinely offended. I need your permission to do something with my own face? Ben asked, looking in the mirror. Well, yeah, Darlene said. I am the one that has to look at it all day. I was used to the beard. It covered up things. Well, what is wrong with my face now? Ben asked, feeling self-conscious. There is just too much of it, Darlene said bluntly. So you are saying I am fat? Ben asked, his voice rising. Oh, no. Of course not. Darlene corrected quickly. It is just your face. You have got a fat face. The beard was like a very effective contouring tool. Oh, hey, Becky said, trying to change the subject as the baby started fussing. Bring little Bev up. I will take care of her for you. Nah, Ben said. She is going to look at all this pale flesh and be confused because there is no nipple on it. Look, I thought I would have a better shot at selling ads as a clean-cut businessman, and I was right. These newly revealed dimples just got the guy at Garage Depot interested in running a 2-page spread. Oh my God, that is fantastic, Darlene said, her financial panic receding for a moment. Now I can tell Harris I am quitting and then make her fold all my sweatshirts as a parting gift. Whoa, hang on, Ben said, raising a hand. Now, he will not do anything until he sees a sample of the new magazine first. I need articles, the layout, everything. He wants to see the soul of the publication. All right. Well, how long do I have? Darlene asked. As soon as possible. I do not want to lose this guy. These dimples only mesmerize for so long before he realizes I am just a guy with a smooth face and a dream. Upstairs, Jackie was standing in front of a full-length mirror, looking absolutely frantic. Hey, what do you think? She asked Darlene as she walked by. Does this look right for a fancy restaurant? Should I change into something more accommodating? I should change. You look fine, Jackie, Darlene said, leaning against the doorframe. Why are you so nervous? It is just dinner. Tonight is the big night with Ron and Janelle, Jackie whispered, her voice trembling. I shaved my entire body, Darlene. My entire body. I do not know who is going where or what the logistics are, so I cleared the decks. I am like a dolphin. Ready for this? Darlene asked, lifting an eyebrow. Yeah, I really care about them, and sex is just a natural expression of closeness between 3 people, Jackie said, trying to convince herself. Dan, who was walking by with a laundry basket, stopped in the doorway. Sorry, I could not help but overhear. Can I offer a man point of view that might be helpful? Sure, Jackie said. Are you out of your damn mind? Dan asked. You are the third wheel. At some point, they're going to get tired of you, or they're going to fix their marriage, and you are going to get your heart broken into tiny, parsley-sized pieces. You just do not understand our relationship, Dan, Jackie said, lifting her chin. You are way too square to get any of this modern connectivity. I am sorry, but nature works a certain way, Dan countered. 4 legs for 2 people. Bicycle built for 2. Noah Ark, 2 lions, 2 giraffes. It is not Lady and the Tramp with another tramp sucking on the middle of the same spaghetti strand. Not helpful, Dan, Jackie said, waving him away. I will make up my mind in the moment, and that is that. My body, my dolphin-smooth choice. I think it is exciting, Darlene said. But if you change your mind, remember, no means no, and no. Darlene returned to Price Warehouse the next day, but instead of folding, she was hiding in a dressing room with her laptop. Oh, and I moved the mugshot of the week column to the front page so that it really pops, she muttered to herself as she typed furiously. Oh, yeah, that makes sense, Ben said over the phone. Hey, how are you able to do this at work? Aren't you supposed to be at the folding station? What are you doing? Harris' voice boomed from outside the curtain, startling Darlene. Are you hiding in a dressing room? Darlene, are you in there? Busted, Darlene whispered to Ben. Later, she stepped out to find Harris and the store manager, Sheila, standing there with crossed arms. Hey, team, what are you guys doing here? Darlene asked weakly. Shouldn't you be managing things? You are responsible for your crew, Harris, Sheila said coldly. When they fail, you fail. And when you fail, I fail. And I am this close to going to the managers' conference in Branson. 2 words, the Judds. I am not missing the Judds because of a dressing room squatter. Do you have any idea how bad this makes me look? Harris hissed at Darlene after Sheila walked away. You just got me in huge trouble with the woman who controls my schedule. I am sorry, Darlene said. I had to finish this layout. It is really important for the magazine. So is your job. Harris snapped. The one I got for you. Hey, can't you just cover for me? Darlene asked. You know how many times I got you out of physical education in high school? I lied about your health for years. If anybody had their period that many times in a single year, they would need a full blood transfusion and a team of specialists. Mom, Harris countered. This is not school. This is the real world where people count on you to fold things. No, it is not, Darlene said, looking around the warehouse. This is the 3rd ring of hell where you fold the same sweatshirt over and over for an eternity until you lose your mind. You know, you are right, Harris said, her voice turning dangerously calm. You are way too good for this place. So I am going to save you the bother of coming in anymore. You are fired. What? Darlene asked, stunned. You cannot fire your own mother. It is in the Bible or something. You are not my mother right now, Harris said, her voice firm. You are Darlene from Women Apparel, and she sucks at her job. Do not forget to leave your vest on the way out. It is store property. Oh, no, not the vest, Darlene mocked. Do not make me leave the vest. What will I wear to meet the queen now? How will she know I am a retail associate? Meanwhile, at the fancy restaurant, Jackie, Ron, and Janelle were finishing their meal. That dinner was amazing, Jackie said, trying to ignore the awkward tension. Right? The lobster was a little garlicky, do you not think? Janelle asked, her eyes fixed on Ron. It was it not? Ron agreed. Mince, everyone. Come on. Let us get the breath back to neutral. How about some champagne? Yes, I will take a bottle, Janelle said, her voice tight. I will get it, Ron said, standing up. Thanks, honey. Janelle turned to Jackie once he was gone. Oh, well, wow. The history of parsley. Well, you do not see that every day. I guess you guys got started without me while I was in the powder room. Well, we started talking about parsley, Ron explained as he returned with the bottle. And as you can imagine, one thing led to another. Ron, I thought we agreed we were all going to do this together, Janelle said, her voice rising. The whole point of this was unity. I was just trying to break the ice, make Jackie more comfortable, Ron defended himself. Oh, no, do not worry about me, Jackie said, taking a long, desperate sip of her wine. I've got a bottle of comfortable right here in my hand. I am just saying that I could have been in the room when we were making Jackie more comfortable, Janelle said, glaring at her husband. We are all here to have a good time. Janelle, Ron insisted. That is great, Janelle snapped. When does my good time start? When do I get to be part of the ice breaking? Ron and Janelle began to argue quietly but intensely. Hey, Ron, Jackie interrupted, trying to play peacemaker.